Episode 4, The Cross, the extreme demonstration of love. All right, let's talk about the cross. Not as a religious symbol, but as the turning point of human history. Now, if you're not from a church background, the idea of someone dying on a cross might sound morbid or confusing. Why would Jesus, if he's God, die like that? Now, that's a good question. But here is the heart of it. The cross isn't about satisfying an angry God. It's about revealing the truth and the healing heart and the nature of God. Let us break it down practically. According to God's life-giving design law, the way life is actually built to operate, love is the principle that sustains and thrives life. Now, sin, which is just another word for fear and selfishness, violates that life-giving principle. And when you violate how something is designed to work, it breaks. It's like putting diesel in a petrol engine. It breaks. Sin breaks people, breaks families, breaks communities. Even our trust in God is broken. So what does Jesus do? Well, instead of fighting back using force, Jesus shows us what love does, what love looks like when it's tested to the extreme. Imagine the cross. And on it, Jesus doesn't retaliate. He forgives instead. He doesn't curse his enemy. He prays for them. He absorbs all the hate, all the fear, and all the injustice, and responds with mercy. And that's not weakness, my friends. That is powerful. That is the healing power of love. John 15:13 says, and I quote, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends," unquote. Now that is what Jesus did. Lay down his life, not to appease an angry God, not to appease a wrathful deity, but to expose the truth about sin and love, and to win back our trust in God. You see, the real problem wasn't God needing a blood payment. The real problem was that we didn't trust God anymore and we are running away from him. Humanity had believed lies about him, and that God is harsh, that God is controlling, he's distant. The cross blows all these lies apart. Jesus said in John 14:9, and I quote, "If you have seen me, you have seen the Father." So when we see Jesus hanging on the cross, loving his sinners even in death, we are seeing exactly what God is like, a God who would rather die than use force to control us. That's love, my friends. That's love that sets people free. That's God's life-giving design law of love. That is love in action. Truth in action. Truth revealed. Love demonstrated. Freedom preserved. So the cross isn't a demand for payment. It is not an appeasement. It is a diagnosis and a cure. It shows how deadly fear and selfishness is and how unstoppable love is. And guess what? The story doesn't end here, because love isn't just willing to die, it is powerful enough to rise again to conquer death. So in the next episode, that is exactly what we'll be looking at, the resurrection. Stay tuned.